HB 1573 FN, discontinuing regional planning commissions and requiring the election of municipal planning board members.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I just wanted to report that I received a draft amendment from the sponsor of the bill.
Yeah.
She asked me to bring it forward. I didn't take it to Legislative Services. I think it would be wiser to look at it, and maybe the committee would want to do. The amendment is actually a study committee, is what she's looking for. I recognize there's not a lot of time in the second year, but I thought it was appropriate to at least give her the courtesy to bring it forward. Everybody has one in front of them, a copy of that, her recommendation for the study committee. The purpose and duties on it, if you would like, I'll read it to you, or... Excited?
Representative Roberts?
Make a motion, IPL.
Second.
A motion has been made to ITL. And Representative Bickford, I appreciate getting the amendment, but in general, in this committee, what we've asked folks to have an amendment. We don't like to fix bills here. It's nice if the bill can be fixed by the sponsor rather than the committee, just because we have so many to do. So if the sponsor of the bill wishes to bring forth another bill next term that's a study committee, I think it might have a better chance of a reception, because we were just handed out a list at the chair's meeting the other day of study committee bills, and it's 2.5 pages long. So I'm not sure if it would be well received this term anyway. If you know what I mean. The study committees take time and people and cost money and all. So that being said, we do have a motion on the table for ITLing this bill. Representative Roberts made it, and was there a second?
Yes, Copeland.
Is there any further discussion on the bill? Representative Roberts.
I think this has been well debated over not only this year, but the last couple of years, and it's coming to us in different forms. And with New Hampshire, with 234 separate communities, we like our independence, but with independence, we don't have the ability to fund or look out for our neighbors. And the regional planning committees, whether you like them or not, the great majority of them do a valuable service to those regions. And like I'm from Keene, the Southwest Planning Community, commission has done a great deal for that area. We listen to people on planning commissions from other areas. It's done a really great job. And I know people have stated that whether the money comes from the Fed or the money comes from the state, it's still our taxes. And the federal government is going to put money out for regional planning commissions, and part of it getting our taxes back. If we choose to go individually, I can guarantee you, if you're not like Nashua or Manchester, you're going to get very little back from the federal government.
Any other discussion? Representative Coffey?
I would just like to echo what Representative Roberts said. I have been able to look for over 2 decades at the Southwest Regional Planning Commission, being a member of the board and having served as chairman several years, that there's a lot of good things that are done, and the towns I represent consider what they do to be very valuable. No organizations are perfect, and at the same time, if towns don't want to belong, towns don't have to belong. They can leave. It's optional. And a lot of things that they do are like putting together hazard mitigation plans and helping with technical things. The commission I'm familiar with does a great job putting together tax maps for member towns. They do a whole host of things that are invaluable, that can only be done by working collectively. In a sense, it's like a carpool. It's a lot cheaper in a carpool than it is to drive yourself every day, and I think they do an outstanding job. Maybe a few flaws, but that can be looked at.
Representative?
I'd just like to chime in from
perspective of a small town, there's a lot of things that small towns just wouldn't get accomplished if it weren't for the RPCs. And we ask them questions and they provide advice back, and it's a valuable service, and I don't know how we would do it. We're not big enough to have a planner or anything like that, so I'm not sure what we'd do otherwise.
I know this summer I was contacted by some folks from the University of Arkansas who had, a speaker had given my name to them. They were going around surveying and interviewing people all around the state in all different capacities concerning the regional planning commissions and how they could improve and what people saw their roles being. And I asked them who had set them to do this, and they said the regional planning commissions had asked, and they were doing the work for them. So I think they are trying to listen to what people have for concerns. That being said, are we ready again, Representative Bickford?
Well, I just wanted to share an experience that I had in my town. I was on the planning board, it was about 5 years ago now. And we wanted to take a section of town and pre-approve the area for businesses, maybe a mixed use thing. And so we said, okay, well, let's utilize Stratford Regional. So we told them to go forward and draft some language for it. So they did. They came back and decided it should be subdivided in 75-foot sections, or at least allowed to. And of course, we're rural, we want to stay that way, our master plan says that. But 3 of our planning board members said, well, they're advisors. They they know more than we do. So we should take their advice and run with it. And we had a heck of a time. I had to go to the newspapers and write articles, and we defeated it by an even vote. They didn't get that one vote, and it would have gone the other way. So that was a really tough time for us. We haven't used Stratford Regional in that sort of way since, and we've got some new board members because of it. So there is a way, I suppose, around. But the bill does remind me a bit of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and it kind of reminds me back at the times when the colleges and professors was a problem at the universities, and because it was like a red scare then, they'll just hiss and that sort of thing, and you don't shut the universities down because you get some bad apples in there. So I'm certainly learning and trying to listen and to what the problem is, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of what it is. Thank you.
Are you ready for the vote? Motion on the table is ITL.
Representative Tatro.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Hooper.
Yes.
Larson.
Yes.
Maloney.
Yes.
Sherman.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Lockwood.
Yes.
Belanger, yes. Coffin.
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
Bishop.
Yes.
Bickford.
Yes.
Danielson.
Yes.
Porter.
Yes.
This isn't going on the consent.
It's not going to consent. We're not going to.
It might as well not do it. Somebody-
It's going to be pulled off consent.
It'll be put,
It's not, we don't legislate that way. I move that we put this on consent. It's 15-0.
I agree, let's do that. Let them yank it.
Next, the board of the committee, I felt that it was more important to be ready. It's up to you. We can still be ready. Yeah. Okay, consent. Yes, Representative Roberts.
I usually kind of really don't, this one, based on what we read, this is going to be heavily debated. And I feel more comfortable having it debated while we're our section of the day that we know. The last thing is have it at one of the last bills of the day, people are leaving, we don't know who we have on the floor and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point, Chris.
Then we can sign people up.
We know what's going on and stuff.
No, thank you very much, because you voiced it for me.
So are we going no on
So
consent?
what do you think now after listening to that?
Is that a majority vote, or is that a unanimous?
I mean,
Is that a unanimous thing you want to put on consent, or is that
it's
majority?
unanimous, it has to be, and I was willing to go along with what everyone else except that he wants it off, so.
Because the problem is, I would not be surprised if there's 4 or 5 or 6 people on the other side, and a couple of us won't be able to carry the debate by
Especially not at 5:30 in the afternoon.
5:30 in the afternoon,
There's no
so,
objection, so it's no.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Good.